Hey tubers, me again. How's everybody doing out there? COVID treating you okay? Anyways, hey, I'm gonna do a review here on these are my Gearwrench ratcheting wrenches. Some of them are a combination, and some of them are the 120 XPs. Now, this here is get it to focus up. This is the 120 XP. They're super extra long. And with the 120, it stands for, I don't know if you can hear this, just listen. Every 3 degrees, think of it as going full circle. There's 360 degrees. The 120 stands for each 3 degrees, there's a click. That allows you to get a hold of that fastener. So that's pretty good. I guess there's a double pulse system in there, and they seem to be pretty popular. When I bought these off of Amazon, there was quite a few of them sold. So anyways, I've used them. The truth to the matter is, unless you're like, the one time that I did use these, I'm going to show you something. That little offset right there, that's a bloody lifesaver right there. The way that you can either go attack your fastener flat like that or use that offset. Taking those stubby little bolts out of a drive shaft, this thing it allows you to get right up in there, go up over the part of the stud that's sticking out, secure onto the nut, and then just take it off with ease. I just took and I put a breaker bar in part of the drive shaft, and with all this extra leverage, it was a piece of cake. So it definitely made a mental note and said, like, I was very happy with the way that these things performed. So I bought them in a set. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 of them. That's what I paid, right about there, $230 plus tax. If you try to use them on something, you know, like to put a bed frame together, not that you ever would, but something, you know, like that, they're too big. And chances are for something, if it's not engine, automobile, chassis related, chances are you're just gonna end up, you know, putting too much pressure on them when you go to tighten them back up. It's very easy. That leverage is such a huge advantage. So that's that Gearwrench set. And I guess they do come in SAE. I only have the metrics because that's what I mostly deal with, like on my car and stuff. And they're kind of pricey. Next up is going to be, this is like sometimes you'll see in the reviews. This is what I paid for these. $190 plus tax. These are called the XBeams. This Gearwrench XBeam. So like just this one right here. This is like 18 millimeter. It starts off, so no matter if you're using this end, when you go to take it off or to push it on, you can see where the wrench actually turns sideways and gives you this big flat surface to take in to either push or to put your hand around and pull. And on the other end is a Flexhead ratchet. It's not the 120, but it's decent. I mean, this, when you hold it in your hand, it's beefy, and you know that it's gonna, like, once it gets on that fastener, like, you should be able to put as much as your muscle strength on there, and that the wrench is gonna be okay. Here is my complaint, and it's usually like when you see somebody with that gives a bad review on Amazon or eBay, is, so I've only used a few of these. I haven't used every single one of them, obviously, but I bought them because of the XBeam. So like I'm getting older. They're extra long, And they have that XBeam on there for me to either lean on them or pull on them. But where is this one? Not that one. My 12 millimeter. Right out of the box. Used it once. Used it once, you guys. The whole purpose of buying these things was to have this. Now, you can't always go and reach up, hold this to try to get it onto the over the bolt, to get to the fastener. So if it's like this and it's a hard to reach place, you can't go up there and do it. Whereas the one that's performing correctly is you come right up the side, you drop onto it or whatever, and then you start doing all your wrenching. To me, that just irks the living crap out of me. It's brand spanking new, one time out, and it failed. And you see that a lot in the comments. And oddly enough, the one that I was looking at was also the 12 millimeter. So I don't know if 12 millimeter inspector was sleeping on the job that day, but look at this. You see that movement, that play in there? That's bourgeois. At that price, almost $200, that's ridiculous that it should ever leave like that. And I don't think that it should be on the consumer to say like, hey, you guys screwed up, you this or that. You know what? Check your stuff and ship it out. Relatively speaking, because I have these Pittsburghs. These Pittsburghs are at least 8 years old. And these ones I've used a bunch. That one's fine. That one's fine. It doesn't have that I-beam on it, and it's not nearly as long. Close, but not as long. But every single one of these Pittsburghs at $19.99 for the full set still works perfectly with the coupon. $19.99 with the coupon. So yeah, I don't know about that. These, it makes me mad. It just really does make me mad that you buy them, you use it once, and now it's. I have other ones, but that's not the point. I've got another 12 millimeter over there, and I got another 12 millimeter over there. That's what you spend. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's 12 of them. So these guys are like running like what? Close to $15 a wrench. That's ridiculous. That's a fail. In my mind, you had one job to make those things stick. They're not 15 years old, 20 years old. They haven't been abused. They haven't been run over, nothing. That's a fail. If you buy a set like this, you guys, totally expect that to happen. Because I'm not the only one. There's lots of guys that are out there. Here is the SAE version of the same thing. Now, I haven't even used them. I don't have anything but I wanted them, so I bought them. That's what I paid for them. These are all Amazon prices, you guys. This is where I got them. That's where it's like $125.51 or something. So I got them for when I need them. I don't know if there's going to be another common fail as far as like, it was just odd that 12 millimeter was screwed up on other people and me at the same time. So they're nice, they look nice, whatever. And then if you've got, and because these ones are so long, grab a tape real fast. The largest one, which is the 19 millimeter with the flex fully extended, it's 18 inches long. If you fold that up, it now goes to like 16 and 3/8. But the cool thing is, here's this, because I keep all the rest of these in these boxes. I cut the lids off because I like to shadow box them, so I know if a wrench is missing, I know exactly which one it is because it's all been, you know, shadow boxed. But here's the cool thing about if you own one of these US Generals, whoops, this is where I keep them. If you take and fold it up like this, it fits right inside the drawer. That whole set will go right inside there. That's normally where I take and I keep them. So anyways, no, they're not Snap-ons. They're not Cornwells. They're not Matcos. They're not, you know, like, they're Gearwrench. And I would think that most of you guys would say like, hey, I'm going to give you a set of wrenches. And you'd be like, all right, thumbs up. You know, that's a quality tool. That makes me nuts. That right there with that weak thing makes me nuts. They feel good. They look good. They're beefy. But the quality is not there. It's just not there. I love those. I like them all. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're gonna lose 2 points just because of that. That right there. So for the money, and then the amount of money that you pay for them, they're somewhere between a 7 and an 8. 7 just being okay. The price is not exorbitant, but they're not cheap either. So I guess it's up to you. If you're a Gearwrench fan and you've got everything, you know, all of this stuff here, and none of them have failed you and stuff, you'd probably give it a 10. They're nice wrenches. They do what they're supposed to do. Go ahead, put it in the comments. This is like, Zombie, you just got to let it go, man. This is like, that'll just drive you crazy. And it does. It kind of does. So, all right, guys. So that's my Gearwrench. These are the XBeams. Those guys get like between a 7 and an 8 on a scale of 10. 10 being the best. That's just me. Probably being a little bit hard on them. These, I would almost have to take and call these a specialty wrench. These 120 XPs, extra long handles, whatever. If I could give them an 11, I probably would, because I have used these and I've tried them on different things, and their best application is, you know, working on like chassis stuff, car stuff, anything that requires the oomph, and you don't want to use a cheater bar or a pipe on, you know, the end of a ratchet. So, or yeah, on the end of one of these wrenches. So, yeah, thumbs up. So over here. So over here. It is what it is, guys. And absolutely, Harbor Freight, they skip a size. They go from the 10 to the 12 to the 13, the 14, and the 15. And they're 8 years old, and they still work perfect. Too bad if these guys made a set that didn't skip a size, I'd be okay if somebody stole those. If I could just get them into Pittsburg. That's just me. Okay, you guys. If you've got these, I really want to know if any of you guys have got these and you've experienced this, that your tools need Viagra, let me know. Put it down in the comments. Doesn't it make you mad? It does. Okay, that's it, guys. I'm done. I'm out.